apportionment was incredibly harmful. It's kind of hard to imagine today because I think most of us grew up in the world of one person, one vote, where this is the rule that came out of these cases, this idea that all legislative districts, state legislative, congressional districts, with some exceptions, but generally speaking, they have to have equal numbers of people. And the goal of the one person, one vote cases is to really make representatives more responsive. So imagine a situation where you have a district that has 100,000 people and you have a district that has 900,000 people. In theory, it's easier for a representative who represents 100,000 people to be more responsive to that constituency than it is for a representative to be responsive to a district that has 9 times more people. But this was the state of affairs when urban centers started to increase their populations relative to the rural areas. Because rural representatives did not want to diminish their power, they just simply refused to redraw the districts. The Supreme Court decisions in the one person, one vote cases were a really, really important correction to a system that had, for decades, basically minimized the voice of the majority. So Baker versus Carr in particular is important because prior to Baker versus Carr, the US Supreme Court has taken the position that it is not supposed to intervene in these cases, right? There's this famous language that Justice Frankfurter used where he references the fact that the court should not enter the political thicket. And so he doesn't view the Supreme Court's role as one in which they are supposed to police state legislative districts. By the time we get to Baker, the court says there's a space for us here. If we don't intervene, nothing happens, right? You still have this situation where these urban centers are underrepresented, that the representatives are not being responsive, and the people can do nothing about it. So I think the court felt like it had no choice by the time it decided Baker versus Carr. By the time we get to Reynolds versus Sims, we come up with the rule of one person, one vote, and it completely changes pretty much the elected bodies of every state in the country. I mean, these cases were momentous.